Josh Mann.
Hi.
Let's see, any others? Let's see. Hey, Josh.
Hi.
Glad you can make it. All righty. Let's go ahead and get this going. Let's see. One more. Let's see what we got here. Okay. We actually had our board meeting the other day, so I'll go ahead and give an update, and we'll go around the room and see what's up with everybody else. Let's see. I was just going to try to go over some of the key items here. Pretty much everything in the event center is wrapped up for now until we get some more grants. Gene's working on the solar part of it. So we're making some headway there. Hopefully we'll be going on solar before long. I was talking to Linda Parker yesterday. He's an independent rep for all the solar companies, or many of the solar companies that she represents. So she's actually helping us out. She's got with First Solar and about rejoining the chamber. There was Adam something was the previous independent rep that was representing solar. And he quit, and then we just didn't have any contacts. So Linda was helping us with a lot of the solar companies. And so First Solar wanted to join, and then I guess another company was going to be purchasing First Solar. That's a local-based company. So they want to get more involved with the community activity and charitable functions and things like that. And so she's has a commitment from a couple of solar companies, one to rejoin as well, and she's trying to pitch for some sponsorship to help with the remodel and also finishing the event center. She's trying to find somebody that can finish up that siding for it. And so she's checking to see if she can do somebody to help out. And because I kind of explained the situation. So she's looking into it for us. Let's see. April, we'll be doing a newsletter. Laura, if you want to see if Zach, I'm sure he's got something to say, but now with everything getting ready to open up, I'm sure he's got a nice article today. Allie, we were talking about an article as well from you, and I think part of the topic was going to be loose trash, get them in a bag or something. We were talking about that last time. A lot of loose trash around the neighborhood, really not the trash company's fault. It's just people weren't putting their trash in bags. Scattered. Trash trucks empty it. And if there's any kind of breeze whatsoever, it just ends up over down the street. And then Albert, you got a Realty article you'd like to submit. Appreciate that. And John, I know we was talking in the past. You want to write up an article about what Rosamond News does as a member. your participation. All that we'd love to have that from you as well. Let's see. So as far as the chamber building remodel, we're working on a overall plan and pricing, so that we can get a bottom line. We haven't really agreed as a board as to how to spend that money yet, because we felt that we need a good solid plan to make sure that we have everything that we need for the remodel and done right first time, instead of just kind of, I mean, we may still end up piecing together as money comes in, but we still need a plan as to everything we're going to be doing. So we're currently working on that, and at the next meeting we'll be reviewing that plan and trying to solidify a plan of actions actually. We agreed to start planning for Septemberfest 2021. Looks like things are going to open up. I think there won't be any problem with insurance or tickets and stuff like that for the parade in September. Third wave surprises it, that effect. And Charlene Melchers, Gene's wife, has agreed to coordinate the Septemberfest portion of it with Gene, and then myself and Joe and are going to be coordinating the Armed Forces Day Parade side of it. Where in the past there was a lot of chaos and confusion because it's really two separate activities. It's all part of the main event, and it creates a lot of chaos by moving forward both activities. So we kind of split it up as two separate activities, and we're more than welcome to have Charlene do it. She does a great job, and she has a great staff. Elections are coming up. We're going to be sending out a notice for anybody that wants to run. Gene Melchers and Albert Gatton comes up for election in June. I think the elections are actually in May. So we have to get out the letter of eligibility or anybody who wants to run. And then on the membership, we voted to currently we've been having everybody has different membership due dates. Asked to try to, and especially with part-time and long-term help. So we've agreed to go to a fiscal year membership, so that it will be due on July 1st, and then we'll start sending notices out to everybody in June, and then they'll be due June 1st. That way we're not having to track back in the database who's due and did they get a letter and this kind of stuff. We're just not easy. So, let's see. So that I'll be sending that out shortly. That'll be in the newsletter explaining that. We're going to probably have to figure out some kind of proration date first time around or something. They just wanted to it's really we got to start it on. We're going to start it on July 1st in the new fiscal. So, and we'll have information on that. So. I think that's about all I got. Anything that you think I forgot to mention there, Gene?
No, I think you covered everything real good.
Well, let's go around.
Ideas of when they're going to allow us to have meetings again in person?
I don't know. Well, I was talking to Rex Paris the other day, and it looks like they're going to open up in June. So I got some programs in test for myself with the city, and got some Rex. I'll be opening back up, and he seemed to think about June. So if they're opening in June, LA County, I got to think that probably be following suit. They're around the time again, hopefully. You have any input on that, Laura?
I don't. I have not been given a timeline for Kern County as of yet. I just know that we're extremely close on our numbers to go ahead and move into the red tier. Right. So I expect something any day now.
Okay. That's all I got. You want to take the floor, Laura, and tell us what's going on in your world and COVID vaccinations and all that stuff?
Sure. I don't have a lot pertaining to Rosamond businesses today, so my report will be pretty quick, but I do want to touch on the vaccine clinics. So there's 2 different clinics that are running as mobile clinics in the Rosamond area. The first one is through Adventist Health Tehachapi Valley and their partnership with Kern County Public Health, and that is the one that is being conducted at the library. There's a second one that is taking place at Hummel Hall, and that is through Blue Shield's partnership with the state of California. There's a little bit of confusion. We've had a couple people book an appointment and go to the wrong location, and we've had to kind of explain to them and steer them the right way. But for the most part, everybody's doing really good, and they've been very kind and patient with all the healthcare workers. They're doing, I think the last figure I received from Adventist was, I believe it was Monday, there were over 200 vaccines administered just at the library. And then Tuesday, they had another almost 200 people scheduled, and they couldn't get there because the freeway was closed. So all of those people that had appointments have been called or emailed and rescheduled. A lot of them went to Mojave yesterday and ended up, getting their vaccine. And some are just waiting until next week when they go back to Rosamond. So, and then I coordinated another mobile stop at Rosamond Hills Senior Apartment Complex. So a lot of their residents don't drive, so they were unable to get to the library. So we went back a couple of weeks ago and administered 25 shots to 25 of their residents. And we'll be going back for the second shot, administering on the 23rd of March. So if anybody knows of a large company or a facility such as Rosamond Hills, where there is a need for some seniors or people that have trouble traveling, or their work hours are such that they can't get an appointment in the evening or something like that. There is definitely a little bit of wiggle room with the schedule, where Adventist Health Tehachapi Valley has been able to make some special arrangements. One example I would use is Scaled Composites. They went ahead after they closed the clinic yesterday at the Mojave Senior Center. They went ahead and drove around the corner to Scaled Composites and administered 100 vaccines to their employees that wanted to have it done. So bring those types of things to my attention, and I can definitely try to make accommodations where we need to. So really, I just want to encourage everyone who's on this call, if time allows and if at all possible, go ahead and tune in to the Rosamond Municipal Advisory Council meeting tonight. The guest speaker is our Kern County District Attorney, Cynthia Zimmer, and she's a very powerful speaker, and she's got a lot of very important, good information that she'll be sharing as the guest speaker tonight. So I encourage you to log in if you can. So does anybody have any questions for me?
Yeah.
was shared. So thank you very much for being part of that.
Have you heard anything about the Johnson & Johnson rollout in Kern County?
Yes, some of the Johnson & Johnson vaccines were administered yesterday.
Oh, they've been administered as well.
Yeah, so they're here.
Yeah, that's the one I plan on taking is the Johnson.
Yeah.
The one shot and done, and
yeah, it seems to be popular. So as long as our supply can keep up, we'll definitely be doing that. And then, Adventist Health Tehachapi Valley recommends that if you received a specific brand as the first shot, you should try and stay with that brand for the second shot. That's Adventist Health Tehachapi Valley's recommendation. However, the state and some of the other healthcare providers have the opinion that it doesn't matter, that they're pretty much all the same. So just a little piece of information there with that. But yesterday in Mojave, they were doing Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson.
So can you request which one you would prefer?
In the beginning, you could not because of the supply. The reason that they were doing all three yesterday is because it's been long enough now that we have people coming back for their second. So the Moderna and Pfizer, most of those were second doses to people that already had them as the first dose.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Good deal. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's see. Either Allie or Josh, either one of you want to give us an update on anything?
We had a successful bulky item event over the weekend. Filled up about 5 roll-offs. So watch out for those. Those come up quarterly. It's a great opportunity to clear out some of that stuff that you've had. If you don't want to drive it all the way to the Mojave landfill. I'll keep you updated with the next date once we decide that. And then other than that, nothing else to add unless Josh has something.
We okayed the renewal of our membership. That's always good news.
Thank you. I do have a question on Sierra Highway. I've been helping. There's a new restaurant, Mavericks Steakhouse there. Used to be Zebras, but they've completely remodeled it and changed the format and all that. It's actually a really nice steakhouse now. And they're trying to clean up the lot across the street along the roadway there. And they were wondering if there was any way that we could make a trash arrangement for that, because there's a lot of stuff hasn't been cleaned up in a long time.
Yeah, if you want to send me an email or have one of them send me an email just with all the information, and then we can look into that and figure something out.
Okay, even if it was a free pass to the dump or something like that, there's probably good several truckloads past it.
So they're there at Poplar and Sierra Highway?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's that empty lot there that comes up next to the train tracks.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that, were you thinking that maybe it would be a community cleanup sort of thing where we get a group together and get out there, or? Yeah,
that's exactly what we're thinking about, getting a group out there to clean it up. It's just I know there's going to be a ton. It used to be Paul and Gail Warner was doing it. They've kind of been doing other things. I used to be involved with that myself. Businesses were asking me about coordinating some kind of cleanup over there.
Yeah, sounds like something we could do.
Yeah. So I told myself, well, you got to go through the right channels before you can do a cleanup, because there are rules and regulations to that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Sorry to interrupt, Jack, but that reminds me. I think, Gene, last month we talked about a possible code compliance issue
Yes.
house behind the chamber, and I didn't get that address. Can one of you forward it to me so that I can
I'll
get?
forward it to you tomorrow.
Okay, great. I don't want to drop the ball.
I did.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's getting worse by the day, but yeah, thank you. All righty. Let's see. Albert, anything you want to talk about or mention? Real estate, whatever?
Not really. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody's aware that the housing market's gone kind of crazy since COVID. So, Rosamond prices continue to be pretty stable for right now. Our average sale price is still over 300,000. I think last update I gave was around 314,000 on average for Rosamond. So, but overall, the housing market in the Antelope Valley, there's just a lack of inventory. I was looking earlier. There's only about 350 available listings for residential properties in all of the AV at the moment, where before COVID, it was around 1,500. And in order to have a balanced market, we would need something closer to 4,000.
So how long do you foresee, the reason I ask this, because my daughter is looking for a house up in Washington, or run into the same kind of thing where there's bidding wars and things like that. That's a little crazy. When do you see a lot of that stabilizing?
It's hard to say because a lot of it's pretty fluid with the market. You have to look at interest rates most of the time, because as interest rates go up, it has a drastic effect on home prices as far as what people's monthly payment is, because that's generally where most people care about, is what their can I afford this monthly payment. And with every 1% interest rates go up, generally housing prices need to adjust down 10% in order to maintain that same monthly payment.
Thank you. John, you want to talk about or bring up?
I would just bring up that the Kern EDC meeting was held last Thursday, and it's available online as a YouTube. It lasted about an hour and a half, and all the community had representatives saying the things that were going on in their community. And then last night at the school board meeting, they announced the classes in classroom will start Monday, 2 days a week. They'll split the class in half, and Monday and Thursday class will go to classrooms, and Tuesday and Friday will go to classrooms. Wednesday will be online. And that's just about it. The rest of the information in the Rosamond News this week has to do with cross-country finals coming up in Bishop, and then the second interim report from the school district. It's about $49 million and $40 million in expenditures. And it's interesting. You can read all the different figures there. That's what I have.
Thank you. Let's see. Anybody else got anything they want to mention before we, I think we're about done. Gene, we haven't heard from you really. But
No, I don't have much to mention.
what you got there? So, I think that's about everything covered. If anybody does not have the invitation for the RMAC Zoom and would like to join, you can email myself. It's basically on the agenda, and you just go to Zoom and put in the meeting ID, and there's not a link provided like what I do. We just have it on the agenda itself. So nobody has the agenda. I'm not even sure that I received it. It
I'll forward it to you right now, Jack.
righty. And if anybody else needs it, email me and I'll be glad to send it to you. So you can join in on the meeting. If you don't already have the invitation. So, other than that, I think that's pretty much a wrap. And
Hey, Jack.
Appreciate everybody joining the meeting. We have a good meeting this time.
Jack, do you have
do
a
every time, but we just have more joining in, which is nice.
Jack?
Good to see you, Josh. Didn't get to see Allie's face today, but that's okay. Nice seeing your logo there, Allie, and nameplate, and same with you, Albert. And see everybody next month, and appreciate you all joining in on our meetings.
Do you have a date for Septemberfest?
I do not yet. There's a meeting up. April 21st is our first official meeting. And we had changed the date last year, but we have not agreed on a date for this year. I think we went with the fourth Saturday of the month last year. And I'll see what Charlene comes up with, suggestions on the date. It's better. I know one of them conflicts Kern County Fair with the Sheriff's Department we always had. That was one of the reasons we changed the date. And but I don't know if they're even going to have the Kern County Fair this year. So may not even be an issue. We'll just have to. But that'll all be announced after we have the April our first meeting. We'll have the date. All right. Any other questions? Yes, Josh.
I was just saying thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Keeping us all in the loop. I mean, that's the from my standpoint, that's the value I always get out of these meetings is that I have some sense of what's going on.
Yeah. Well, once a month, I'm actually also president of the Antelope Valley Guitar Society. Have been since '93, and we haven't been able to meet because of COVID. So we started this Facebook online live stream, and then I'd schedule performance for the evening, about 5 or 6 performances. A lot of them are all over the U.S., all over the world, coming in and doing a 30-minute segment. And everybody loves it. And even when we get back to doing regular meetings, it's so popular. I'm thinking about still doing the live streams every month as well, just so we can have the international coalition with all the stuff. It's really
Cool.
I'm a classical guitarist,
Be glad to hear some of your music. So maybe you.
If you ever see my long nails in meeting, that's why. That's from the classical.
Very cool. Very cool.
And I make guitars too. So enjoy doing that.
I'm not that
Alrighty. Yep. Well, it came down to where, when you can't afford a $10,000 guitar, you make it. It only costs you about $1,500.
There you go.
Yeah. So, all right, everybody. I appreciate you joining in. Bye, Laura. Bye, Allie. I can't see you waving, but I know you.
Hi, thank you. I am.
Bye.
All right. Thanks for coming, everybody.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.